All right, welcome everybody. So here we are with another preview, and I'm excited to do this preview. It's you, Sean, and I want to thank you for becoming the new co this year. You brought so much to the league this year with the differing opinions, and you've done an excellent job. And I'm excited to see what you can do this year.
I agree. I appreciate being here. I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, me, you, and a couple other owners are always talking shit to each other. It's fun. I love the LOC. It's gets me through the day when I, don't feel like working and I can talk some shit to people. So I definitely enjoy being here.
Agree.
Looking at my career, I went 8-5 last year. I am 43-50. I think, the last 2 years I've gone like 16-10. I'm definitely getting closer to that 500 mark. I do have one top 3 finish. But yeah, I mean, the last couple of years, I definitely not sold everybody just to get more draft picks. Kind of like what BC Lions is doing. I think once he gets straightened out there, I think he'll be good. And I think I'm definitely on that right path as well.
Yeah, it's been a long time since the sorry D Jackson you ain't for real days. Hey, Sean?
Yeah, yes. It's been a very long time since those days.
It's funny, and oddly enough, Deshaun Jackson's on my fantasy team this year. But you have a 43-50 record, and for the first few years, you just weren't a very good owner, and you've obviously changed the script here over the last 2 years, and you do have the one top 3 finish, and I'm sure you'd love to start adding some trophies into your trophy case.
For sure. Looking at my team, I got Fitzpatrick, Daniel Jones, and Teddy Bridgewater. Let's just skip over them real quick. We got Jonathan Taylor, CEH, Drake, Gainwell, Patterson. Looking at the wide receivers, we got Cooper, DJ Moore, Kirk, Rigger, Cephas, Watkins, Fulgham. Moving on to another horrible position of mine, I got Ali Cox, Moreau, and my IDPs are pretty good.
Yeah, so when I look at your team, Sean, getting the 2 running backs last year. So that's how True North did it. If you recall, he got C-Mac and Joe Mixon in the same year. You clearly tried to do that last year as well. Similar strategy. I think you got good receivers there with Cooper and Moore and some decent depth there. The biggest red flag on your team to me is at quarterback. Fitz is still questionable. He could be pulled at any moment, just like he was last year. Daniel Jones is a bust, I feel. And at tight end, I just don't see any point production whatsoever out of your tight ends. And I think that's going to be a big problem for you. I think you got, good DBs with Amos and Queen and Bentley. I think are going to be good linebackers that can produce for you. But again, even at IDP, linebacker depth is so important. You only got the 3 linebackers. Linebackers get hurt all the time. So you'll definitely have to be watching that waiver wire.
Yeah, I mean, my strategy is load up on offense and play the waiver wire for defense. There's always going to be somebody there for waiver wire, unless you're taking somebody. But yeah, I mean, for me, my tight ends, I literally rank myself 20th out of 20. My quarterbacks, I'm ranking myself 16th out of 20. So there's four teams I think are worse position than I am. My running backs, I'm at 6. My flex, I have myself at 11. No, I have my flex. I have myself at 10, and my IDPs, I have myself at 18, just because of my lack of depth. If somebody gets injured, but playing the whole room, I've been doing the whole room, not just the starters. So I've had myself at 18 there. But yeah, I agree with you. My tight ends and my quarterback room are trash, and I will agree with you 100% there. But most tight ends don't get many points though. So if I can get 2-3 points from each tight end, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. And this is just a byproduct too of, going all in, making the playoffs and having less picks in the early rounds, right? That's all this is. Yep. There's no reason why you might not be able to trade back or even getting a tight end, make moves. So lots can happen for sure.
For sure. Looking at the draft, you gave me a C-. I gave myself a C+. My biggest concern was, my biggest gripe, that if I had to redo the draft, I would have not taken Daniel Jones, and I would have taken either Sam Darnold or even the rookie extraordinary for the Jets, Zach Wilson. Gainwell in the first round, I'm a big Gainwell fan. I think he's going to be a good PPR player for the Eagles, just because Miles Sanders will get hurt. But I mean, Philip Lindsay did go, but he plays for Houston. Singletary did go, but he's, Singletary. James Conner did go after that. So, but James Gainwell might be an issue. But the wide receiver I took in the 28th round, I did get kudos from one of our owners because I know I sniped him from him accidentally. So, taking Zacharias, wherever his name is, in the 28th round, he's definitely a possible our wide receiver 3 was a good pickup.
Yeah, I agree. Those late rounds are good. My notes, same thing. I think Gainwell was a bit early in the first round. I think you were just homer picked there with the Eagles. I personally feel. Same with Rieger as the next pick in the 4th round. Pure homer pick. I feel you could have got Gage, Trey Lance was there, Terrence Marshall, Justin Fields as potential quarterbacks. And then correct me if I'm wrong. Did you pick Neville Hewitt as your first linebacker?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I actually have the draft open right now. Let's take a quick look.
Yeah, look at your team. I think you picked Neville Hewitt as your first linebacker.
Yeah, in the 14th round. Yeah. Well,
yeah, and now he's not even on your roster. So that was like a horrible pick, and that's why I gave you the C-. You can't draft a guy in the 14th round, then he's not even on your roster a day later.
I agree. I agree with you there. That's a valid point. Now, if I kind of wish I had my tier 2 team in LOC. I'm pretty sure I would just win.
Yeah, well, same with me though.
Switching over to here, you got me going 6 and 7. I have myself going 8 and 5. There's one game I actually even messaged the owner and told them that I beat them just because of all their bye weeks. And the sad thing is I have a hard schedule until you break it down. I play teams when they're on their bye. I get lucky. Like 8 and 5 just because of luck. I'm playing teams when they have their buys, and it's going to help me. If both teams were at full strength, I would lose. But they got their bye. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I got you. So I'm going to just kind of throw, a bit, I guess you can say spoil here. I got you going 2 and 7 to start the year, and then ending the season off with 4 straight wins. If it makes you feel any better, you're definitely going to beat me week 13. Cleveland's on the bye and my roster's decimated. So that's a guaranteed W for you there.
Yeah, you. And then I think right before you, I play the former Life's a Mitch, aka Bare Naked Ladies. And he's on a bye. Like his entire roster is on a bye. So that's a win for me as well.
Yeah.
So that's 2-0 right there.
Yeah, I got guaranteed W's for you there too. And Templars is usually, you can mark that as a W. I think Always Shitty is a guaranteed W for most teams this year. I'm throwing that at you, Always Shitty. And even Green Lightning, I got you beating him. I don't think he's going to be a very strong team. Probably has the worst running back group in the entire league as well. So, but I still think you're 6 and 7 because, you do play tough teams. Brandon, Susie, Milan, Eric, I got you losing all those games. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, just real quick, I got myself 3 and 2, 6 and 4, 8 and 5, just because of a lot of teams are on a bye. But to go back to your point you just made, I also have Green Lightning as the 20th ranked running back room.
Yeah, I figured it. Running back room looks awful.
All right, man. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you. I'll talk to you next time.
All right, sounds good, brother.
Sounds good.